Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and as a DIY channel, a high-end DIY channel, I tend to look for things that really allow somebody to take the next level steps in their wanting to do stuff themselves. And sewer cameras like this Sanyipace here, well, at least the larger ones, have often been fairly expensive. I mean, you almost had to have the job that used it in order to get that return on investment. However, Sanyipace does make a couple of smaller, less expensive, really versatile sewer cameras, and this is one of them. This is the Sanyipace sewer pipe inspection camera, or part number S5517DC. Now, you can get it with either a 20 meter or a 30 meter cable. The 20 meter cable, 66 feet for those of you who live in America, that is about 219 bucks. So you're getting a high-end sewer camera from a reputable company for a little over $200. If you want a 100-foot cable or a 30-meter cable, which is what this one is, it's going to run you about $279. Now this is great for almost anything HVAC, anything plumbing, inside wall inspection. I've got a couple of uses of it here I'll go into and show you, but it's a simpler design, fairly small, lightweight, and it's got a more unique take on this front end here. Now, if you look at these two cameras, well, start out with this one. This is a much larger, much more expensive, much bigger screened camera. So, more professional use. However, you can see how this little Sanyipace, the 5517, really, is a whole nother level smaller. Yet you still have the performance of probably the same camera, same cable, just a smaller screen. Now let's take a look at that screen. It's right here. It pops off. It's USB-C rechargeable. I can actually take it out of the case and use it separately because it disconnects right here. So it has versatility that way. I can mount it here, or I can run it through the back, and if I want, I can mount it up here on a magnetic stand. So there's that option as well. What else does it have? The complement of odds and ends. Little covers, extension cables. We've got a 2-inch head cover, a 1-inch head cover, and then as you can see here, this is a standard 0.7-inch 18 millimeter compared to the 25 millimeter or the 50 millimeter. So you have some choices how you want to use this thing. So here's a close-up of the camera, kind of dirty, I've been using it, and you can see fairly flexible the way this works, but this cable is a little stiff down here. Needs to be to power the camera and to keep control over the camera. So you can point it. So here's an example where I'm following the drain line from a forced air conditioning system, making sure that it's running smoothly through the rafters before it drops down and into a drain line from actually a washing machine, of all things. And it looks like it's running nice and smooth, not caught on anything. So that's an HVAC example. Here's another where I'm digging down in through a dryer vent. The dryer's not drying as much, and I check the vent. It's not that dirty. It's one of those late night calls. Friend's got a problem. I come down and look, and it turns out that the tube is in need of cleaning. So I've got a brush that I can attach to a drill and drive that down just like I'm cleaning a chimney while the dryer's running, and it just blows everything out. Should be good for another dozen years. Here's another example. In this case, some sewer gas smell is coming up in a house, and I can obviously see down through this drain that the trap is completely dry, so it has full access to, to the sewer. Anyway, but I also wanted to see, can I see any leaks or cracks or anything? Why is it dry? Is it just evaporation from disuse, or did it leak out? And so I looked around inside there and I couldn't see anything unusual. Filled it up with water. Good to go. If I was a plumber, there's what, $200 for me? Yeah, I'll take a beer. So as far as sewer cameras go, this is highly affordable, very effective, and full featured. Now this small size here, 0.7 inches, easily fits into a tube like this. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like, and then see what some of the limits are. So I'm going to turn this thing on, and it's got a loud welcome noise there, and also some emails or addresses you can check. So I'm looking into this pipe. So let's see what's down in here. You can see I've got something on the end. What do we have here? What is in there? So it's blowing out, little bright, you might be able to tell. So what I can do is I can go on to this, and then here's the LED setting, 2, maybe 1, right there. Look at that, look at the clarity. You trying to see the clarity? Oh, here, check that out. See that? That's how clear it is. Pretty amazing. So we can easily slide this in and read the date on a penny without any trouble. There it is, and I can take pictures of that, and if I want to check those, I can go in and I can go down to playback right there. You can see that and hit OK. See my pictures, and then there they all are, and then I could bring those up on the computer because they're all held in a micro SD card on the side. Now, this size of a camera, if I put a 1-inch head on it, I could easily slide it through something about this size. You can see that it fits in there, but even without that, you're going to be hard pressed to get it in anything much smaller than, you know, well, something under 1 inch in diameter, which of course most pipes are. But anyway, there it is, the Sanyipace sewer inspection camera, part number S5517DC. I will put a link to this and to its more affordable $219 20-meter cable version. So if you're interested in that. But Sanyipace has made excellent cameras. I've had several of them, and if you are going to take anything serious, you know, as far as pipe inspection, you know, this is definitely worth looking at. So I'll put links in the description for both this one. This is the 30-meter or $279 one, and the $219 20-meter version, which is, I mean, 66 feet. That's quite a ways. So for most people, that would be plenty. Honestly, a 20-foot one would be probably quite useful for most people. But anyway, there it is. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.